Hey, what's up guys? This is 9Lives coming at you with the third episode of my Sniper Secret series for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. In this third episode, we're going to be breaking down 8 sniper secrets that make a huge difference for aggressive sniping and quickscoping playstyles in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I really think you'll learn something new for sniping today that you'll be able to use the next time that you play this game. And if you do, consider subscribing so you don't miss future episodes. And also, I'll link a playlist in the top right corner of the screen right now that includes all of the previous episodes of the Sniper Secret series. So if you're interested in continuing to get better at sniping in Call of Duty, you can do that at any time by clicking that button in the top right corner of the screen to open up the playlist.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Did you hit that?
So today we're going to be talking about the Alpine ladder boost, the huge update to aim assist on snipers, the effectiveness of the Tiger Team barrel attachment, getting on top of the bus in the middle of Nuketown, an update to the parachutes in this game, another ladder boost on Rucka, another lunge on Crossroads, and a scope attachment for your sniper that's actually faster than the default scope. So to start off today, we're going to be looking at some broken ladder physics that you can play around with when you're trick shotting. On this map Alpine, when you're parachuting in at the beginning of the match or off of a respawn, if you can find this ladder, you can boost right off of it if you manage to land on it while you're falling from the sky. I believe what's happening here is it's taking your falling speed and then redirecting it sideways instead of down, and it allows you to really launch quite far. You can even bounce off these trees to get some more distance out of it. You can go much further than that, but that's just an example of bouncing off 2 trees, but you can string together like 3-4 trees and really go quite far if you're trying to trick shot off this ladder on Alpine. You also don't have to jump back off the ladder immediately. You can wait a little bit and then jump once you've lined it up perfectly with the trees. And in this case, I bounce off 2 trees. You can see I go much further and higher, and then boom, you can try and take your shot. Now, if you're looking for some new friends to try this out with, definitely join my Discord. I'll have the link in the pinned comment down below. We have a dedicated section now called Friend Finder where you can post your Activision ID and also add other people. And there's also a clip sharing section if you hit a clip. All right, so the last time I talked about aim assist was back in my How to Snipe in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video, but there was recently a major update to aim assist that makes it completely different now. So let me explain. There's a new setting called Target Aim Assist mode that was recently added, and everybody's usually on standard, but you can now switch it to 3 new modes. So the first one, Legacy, is basically exactly the same as standard. As you can see, there's super minimal aim assist. When you're holding your scope up and dragging over an enemy, almost nothing happens. If you switch it to precision though, as you just saw there, it gets a lot more sticky. And I don't know if you can tell, but it slows down significantly when you're on precision or on focusing. Those 2 settings, the last 2, will make it much easier to get into sniping, especially if you're new to all this, because it'll slow down your scope for you a little bit as you're aiming over an enemy. Be careful though, because if you rely too heavily on aim assist and you get really used to it, you can start to develop bad habits like not centering as well and not pre-aiming as well, because the aim assist will help to compensate. So if you are going to try out these stronger aim assist options, I'd still recommend watching my How to Snipe video so you can really get your centering and your pre-aiming on point even while you're playing with aim assist. But overall, I would consider this to be a pretty massive buff to the snipers if you're playing on controller, and I definitely recommend trying it if you haven't already. All right, so it's come to my attention that some of you guys are not using the Tiger Team barrel on your snipers, and I just wanted to show you why I think it's important to use. I've even heard some other YouTubers saying that it's not necessary, or even that it's broken and it doesn't have any effect when you put on the Tiger Team barrel attachment, but I just wanted to show you what actually happens when you use this attachment. So as you can see here, without a Tiger Team barrel, the Tundra will hit marker to the lower body. If you put the Tiger Team barrel on and shoot that same spot on the lower body, that's gonna make it one shot. Now let's move on to the arms and take a look at the Tundra with the upper arm. So as you can see here, in the upper arm, it's totally fine without the Tiger Team barrel, and it'll perform the same as if you did have the Tiger Team barrel, as you'll see here, exactly the same on the upper arm. However, where they start to get a little bit different is getting into the lower arm. So as you can see here, the Tundra will hit marker the lower arm without Tiger Team barrel. And you'll also get a hit marker to the hand right there without a Tiger Team barrel. Whereas the Tundra with the Tiger Team barrel can handle the whole arm, including the hand, which is quite a big deal in my opinion. And I noticed immediately when I unlocked the Tiger Team barrel initially that I was getting a lot less hit markers once I started using it. So my recommendation to you guys would be to definitely use the Tiger Team barrel on the Tundra if you have it unlocked. There's really no reason not to use it in my opinion. As for the Pellington, as you can see here in the lower body, you'll get a hit marker without the Tiger Team barrel, and then switching over to the Pellington with the Tiger Team barrel, if you take a shot at the lower body here again, it'll be the same thing. So also a hit marker with the Tiger Team barrel on the Pellington to the lower body. Now, if you take a look at the arms, this is where it gets interesting. So it's a hit marker to the upper arm with the Pellington without a Tiger Team barrel. And then when you throw the Tiger Team barrel on the Pellington, you can actually get a one shot to the upper arm. And so I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely enough to convince me to use the Tiger Team barrel. You're not going to catch me without the Tiger Team barrel on my sniper classes, whether it's the Tundra or the Pellington. In both cases, I don't really see a reason not to use it. The only exception I could think of is if you're playing hardcore. All right, so the bust mantle is a quick and easy one, and I think it's particularly useful for snipers because if you have mid-map control on Nuketown here, maybe you're playing with the party and you've got the spawns a little bit locked down, or at least the enemy team's not running around in mid. If you have a chance to just quickly hop up on top of this bust and you know they're spawning down on that side, you can see right into their spawn through this garage window. And it's actually kind of a beautiful line of sight here, especially for a game mode like Domination. If you have two flags and the enemy just has that one flag back there, I would say it's a pretty good opportunity. And of course, there's a little bit of a novelty to this because I believe this is the first time we've ever been able to get up on top of this bus in a boots on the ground Call of Duty game. Guys, if you've learned anything new so far in this video, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on board. And also, I'm here to help you improve your sniping. So if you want to improve your sniping, make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the new stuff going on with the snipers in this game. So there's also recently been an update to parachutes in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and now you can get the parachute in 6v6 modes on Armada and on Crossroads. Previously, you were not able to get the parachute on Armada and Crossroads in 6v6, but now you can have it in Search and Destroy if you're trying to trick shot for last in Search and Destroy, or if you're trying to go for a mid-game trick shot in the middle of a domination match like my friend Marvel here, who sent me this amazing clip where he rappelled up and then turned around, parachuted over to this ladder, hopped off the ladder, and then no-scoped an enemy out of the air, which I just thought was really awesome. And he even incorporated the rappel jump into it. The rappel jump is something I gave a demo on in the previous episode of Sniper Secrets. It was Sniper Secret number 4 in that episode. And it's a way of flying up into the air at the top of the rope instead of stepping off normally. So you can use that to get some extra height for the parachute to get you over to the top of the ladder. So there's actually a couple more ladder boosts over here on Rucka, similar to the one that you saw on Alpine, but instead of a ladder over here, you've actually got a mesh obstacle on an obstacle course, and you can grab that like a ladder and then jump off of it, and it changes your trajectory. So you're taking that momentum and putting it sideways instead of going straight down. You know, you're redirecting that speed. You can also land on this ladder here in this sniper tower, and I actually saw a guy up here, and I hit him with the no scope jumping off the ladder. Unfortunately, I got a hit marker because he has the armor. It is a lot better if you can tag the person that's your target as you're falling out of the sky and then go for the trick shot after you've tagged them. You might have noticed back on Alpine, I was tagging people first. That's why. So good luck to any of you guys who are going to attempt these. If you do manage to hit anything, make sure you drop it in the Discord. So this is another Crossroads Lunge. It's different than the one that I showed in my previous video, and I would say they're probably equally as fun. The difference with this one though is if you're playing on the big map version of Crossroads, like the larger version for I think 12v12, you can actually make it all the way over to this ladder that's way far away from where the lunge actually is. So of course, I think that could definitely make for some very interesting trick shots. And you don't necessarily have to do this with the sniper. I mean, you could try using a rocket launcher and taking out a snowmobile while you're in the air doing 360s or something like that. It's really whatever you think is cool, right? Like you can do this in 6v6, you could do it in a Search and Destroy, or you could do it in a 12v12, like in the bigger map game mode against the vehicles. And if you hit, share it in the Discord. All right, so now let's take a look at a particular scope attachment that seems to speed up the scope in time. So the fastest Pellington is supposed to be able to scope in at 484 milliseconds. That's what I clocked it in at here. And that's also what it says on the advanced spec sheet when you're in the custom class menu. But then when I measure the exact same Pellington just with the Hangman scope, it clocks in at 434 milliseconds. That's the exact same setup, exact same method of measurement, and it scopes in faster for some reason, going from 484 down to 434. When I measure the Tundra scope in speed myself, I get 584 milliseconds. This is for the kitted out Tundra, as fast as it can scope in. And then when we throw the Hangman scope on that, it still scopes in at 584 milliseconds. So it doesn't seem to change on the Tundra. I use the exact same method of measurement. I measured it multiple times just to make sure, and it was consistently coming in at the same time between the regular scope on the Tundra and the Hangman scope on the Tundra. However, the Hangman scope on the Pellington was consistently coming in faster than the regular scope on the Pellington. So again, 434 milliseconds with the Hangman scope and 484 milliseconds with the regular scope Pellington. I tried this with unlocked frames where the frame rate was sitting around 170, and I also tried this with locked frames where I locked the frames to 60 frames. My recording software records at 60 frames per second, which I believe is the same frame rate that the consoles are putting out, unless you're in like performance mode with the PS5 or the Xbox Series S. And all signs seem to point to the Hangman scope being the better option if you're using the Pellington. I'd noticed that a lot of aggressive snipers and quickscopers had already been picking up the Hangman scope because they could probably feel that it was faster. So for some of you, this might be completely new information, but for others, it's just confirming what you were already feeling. Either way, I would encourage you to use the Hangman scope on your Pellingtons. It definitely seems to be the better scope option. And if you really want to master sniping in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, make sure you go and watch the How to Snipe video next, or the Sniper Secrets playlist.